All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about something that I've mentioned in a previous video on survival gear, but I just recently got some new boots, and one of the things that I always do when I get new boots is I replace the boot laces with Paracord boot laces. The boot laces that you get nowadays are, well, I won't say what they are, but they're not any good. One of the reasons that I replace them with Paracord is, first of all, Paracord lasts forever. But the big reason is I like to have Paracord on me when I'm out in the woods. I always carry some in my pack. And if you did happen to get into a survival situation where you needed a little bit more cordage, you can take, if you get the good quality Paracord, now let me make mention of this first. Good quality Paracord is going to have these little nylon cores inside. Some of the knockoff Paracord that you get is going to have like this polyester, almost like a foamy stuff inside. That stuff isn't worth a darn. When you order Paracord, make sure you get the one with the cores inside. The reason you want that is, back to the survival situation, if you happen to need cordage, you can take your boot laces out, cut the end off of one of them, pull the cores out, use those for fishing lines, snares, tying things together, whatever you need. And then you can take the outer shell of this Paracord and relace your boots with it. And I've done that on several occasions. There's another video where we were out fishing, and I actually took my Paracord boot lace off and used it as a string on a bow drill to make a friction fire and cook fish with. Now, there's a couple of things that, kind of a trick or two that I use to make Paracord boot laces. It's not just cutting a length of Paracord, burning the ends and lacing up your boots with it. You can do that, but when you go to lace them and unlace them, what happens is this sheath kind of slides to the end and it bunches up and it makes a big knob, and then it's really hard to unlace them. So what I do is I take either a lighter, some sort of flame, or a real low flame on a blowtorch, and I'll shrink down the end of this so that it makes it hard, kind of like the ends on regular boot laces. That way it gives you a really good stiff piece to get that through the eyelets on your boots. So I make mine, these are fairly tall boots. So I'm going to make them about 7 feet long or so. So first thing we're going to do is cut this thing off square, cut off any frayed ends. You want those cores sticking out a little bit so that when you melt it, it melts all that together so that they don't go back in there and bunch up. And if you heat this thing up slow, that outer shell will just kind of shrink around the cores there. Having those stiff ends on there really makes it a lot easier to get those laces through there. There you go, that's all there is to it. And now I know that my boot laces are not going to break when I'm up on the side of a mountain somewhere. I've had that happen before, and it kind of sucks when you have to take your boot laces off and tie them in a knot and relace them. But anyway, these things are going to last forever, and if you do ever happen to need to take them off and use the cores, you've always got it there It's a real simple, easy hack, but give it a try. I think you'll like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.